Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, we got an equipment tour going on here. Bit cold up here in Michigan and damp still hasn't really greened up. I'm gonna give you a rundown on some of our equipment. I'm gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about each piece and tell you whether we bought it through an auction, a dealer, or a private seller, which would be a farmer. So first thing we got is this 9400. Triples on it. This is our main workhorse. We've got another big horse I'm going to show you, but this pulls disc, field cultivator, and we do all tillage. So there's that. That's got about 5,000 hours on it. It's early 2000s a year. Here's our combine. Big combine here for a dairy farmer. We're dairy farm crop farmers. That's 670, about 1,000 hours on that. Oh, let me go back. That 9400 bought at auction. Combine. Auction. Here's our little generator welder. Utility trailer. It's got torches on there. Pull that to the field. Forget, almost broke the planter in half last year. I really needed that. Over here, here's Dad's trailer. Pintle hitch. Auction. Bought that auction. We use it to pull the skid steer to field to move bales, and then he'll take it to other auctions. 569 mega wide plus round baler. Dealer bought new, probably a 16. Might be working on getting another new one here shortly. 7830, 205 horse. That's probably an 06. This thing runs the 30-foot bean drill, and it's hooked to the grain cart. That's probably got 2,500 hours on it, not a whole lot. We love this tractor. Buddy seat. Okay, J&M grain cart. Big girl. Auction. Let me go back to this tractor. This was a private seller, farmer in Ohio. Generator, run the farm in case we lose power. 4240 fuel cell. Used to be our blower tractor to blow feed up into the silos. Since then, we've upgraded to the 4440, more power. This one here, I use on, I hook a forage wagon to it to unload the ag bags into the feeder. 66 430 case. He's had this painted and redone a little bit. We used to use this on the farm. This was hooked to the chopper wagons to unload the wagons in there, so we just kept it around because it's just a nice old tractor. Moving on, I got this 5325 John Deere. Got a flat tire right there I gotta fix. This is probably 10, I don't know what year, it's not real old. I use that for, I've replaced that old 1966. This is what I use now to unload the chopper wagons. You know, 6 silos, you need something. We've upgraded that much. Here's Dad's pickup. It's a 16 350 diesel. Power stroke. Yeah, it's a big old truck. Cattle trailer. Yeah, this one that was dealer. That tractor back there, go back, that John Deere I used, that was dealer. Moritz trailer. We cull cows and calves. If we get rid of them, we don't keep our bull calves. Take it to the stockyards. Bought this new. Another 66 case. We just like these old cases. 430. It's been around. Who knows how long we've had it. Gerber wagon for hauling grain. I don't know how many bushel it is, but it's good size. Auction. I think Gerber, I think I come out of Canada. This old grain truck. This was an auction. And this girl, we might be getting rid of this soon. We just we went to a couple semis, so we don't use it as much, but this is a clean old girl. And yeah, so here's our semi. It's a Peterbilt. This was auction too. Peterbilt. We haul grain. We can haul 1,000 bushels on there. And this come private seller. This come out of nursery. The guy hold mulch in there. That's full of stainless. That trailer's stainless. This thing just been a good old girl. You know, we don't do a big amount of crops, but a fair amount. So we try to get away from them wagons and just get it done, dump them in trucks. 630 30-foot Grain head, this is for wheat, soybeans. Goes on the combine. Auction. Yellow skid steer, spare skid steer. Auction. This is a 16. John Deere 7610. This is what we use on our disc vine for cutting hay. Love this tractor. 2-wheel drive. It's perfect for that. Auction. It's a mean machine right here. I think it's got 7,000 hours on it. Full throttle when you're cutting that hay. The thing don't even smoke. All right, now these old tractors. John Deere 40. All original pretty much. Dad got this off his buddy. His buddy wanted it out of his barn. Dad says, okay, I'll buy it. He says, okay, you can store it, but if you ever go to sell it, just tell me and maybe I'll buy it back. So we just drive this thing around a little bit. Once in a while, thing's louder than hell. Got crafty one day. He put a Harley exhaust on it. That's off like a Sportster or something. I don't know why he did that, but thing snorts. Case, old case here. Dad restored this. Auction. This one come from, this was another auction. You know, we got a thing for these old case tractors. At least Dad does anyway. This is gonna be my other tractor here for unloading silage wagons, pulling silage wagons. This isn't real old, this is the newer tractor. Auction. Auction, this is gonna be my baby. We're about to get all these out, get them going. John Deere 420, old tractor. Looks like someone partially restored it. This just came to the farm. Auction. Various tires he'll pick up. Totes for wheat, soybeans, lawnmower. Auction. And he's got different tires here. You keep them on hand in case your going gets punctured. Farmall Super A, I believe. Yep. Partially restored. We'll get these out and run them. Auction. Moving on. Case Crumbler 110. He just picked this up. Online auction. 34 foot. We'll pull this behind our disc. We'll pull this behind a field cultivator, but we just like the way they work. We got another one like this. And dump trailer, scrap trailer. Big car hauler here. That thing's lined with diamond plate on the inside too. But takes the show cars, and he's got to take them to a hot rod show. He don't want to drive them. They're just too nice to be driven. Moving on. All right, shed number 2, forage blower. This is what I use to blow up the feed in the silos. This is a big bad girl, F62B. Got 2 of these. It takes a big bad girl when you're pumping that hay is so dense. It takes some serious power. So I only use these for hay. I'll show you some other ones I use for corn. Kinsey 2300 16-row planter, tucked in the barn. We'll be getting this out soon. It's a good old girl. We've done a lot of work on it, rebuilt it. It's a heavy girl. There's an international semi and hopper bottom trailer we use for grain, packed away in the barn. Man, a good old girl. This used to be a UPS truck. Auction. Let me go back. Keep forgetting about that. Auction. Planter. Auction. Starting to see a trend here. The hopper bottom was an auction too. Okay. What do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. John Deere 716A silage wagons. All in very good shape. This makes 10. This is the feeder wagon. I'll dump into this out of the ag bag. That's why there's no roof on it. And then I'll use that 4240 I had. I'll pump it out and I'll trickle it in. 4020 auction. Dad just wanted one. It just kind of hangs around. Actually, we've used it for filling ag bags and things like that. It's like a spare. But them chopper wagons, you can't see them all because they're washed and oiled and put in there. Those are some of the nicest wagons in the country. You know, he spent most of his life tracking them down for us. And 6 silos, you got to have good wagons, and they're all the same, so you know how they work, the shear pins. And moving on. John Deere corn head, 8-row head for that combine. Nothing fancy. 608C. This cart here. You got this cart. The head was an auction. The cart is an auction. Seeing more of a trend. Tires, snap-on duals, just for you never know if you might need them. He finds a way to collect them. 4440 John Deere. Use this on the ag bagger, and I'll use that on that big hay blower over there to fill silos. This is one of the best tractors they ever made, and it just got the power to blow that silage up there. So pretty much we don't use this just for the ag bagger and that, but full weights. All right, what is this? 6420 front loader. Mark round bales with this. We'll be taking the loader off it soon. And as you can see, we plow snow with it and blade snow with it. He's got a back blade on it. Needs to be cleaned off. So it's just a comfortable tractor. That's why he uses it for round baling. Hook it up. We're going to be hooking it up to that new round baler. The other one's not very old either, but 8400 front duals. This is our first gem. This is one of the first newer for us tractors. We love this tractor. We've had this. It was fairly new when he got it. It was a big purchase for us when it was. I mean, I don't know what year it was, early 2000s, because this is an early 2000, and we've had it ever since. This is what'll pull that big Gmc planter, and it does a damn good job. We've got triples. We'll snap triples on this thing, and just for stability. But this has been a very good tractor. These tractors are known. This tractor's only got probably 4,000 hours on it. You know, we like a lot of tractors, so we're not racking up hours. Here's another GMC Grain Truck. This one's got air brakes, so we're probably going to hang on to this one. They're just nice to have. We put diamond plate up there just to be fancy, and we got a couple little bins we fill. They're easier to use. A truck, you can't use a hopper bottom, but you could use a semi. But it's easier to get around with these. Fiat Alice loader. Don't use it much. It's got a completely rebuilt motor. We found it cheap auction. Let me go back. Okay, finally, this is a dealer auction. And the 6420, that was auction. 4440 auction. Hay head, corn head, and this is the big head for our self-propelled chopper. We haven't used that yet. When we bought that self-propelled chopper, we had a newer pull type. It was one of them things that came up on auction, and we just pulled the trigger on it, and we said, well, we'll just chop hay with a pull type, and we'll chop corn with that self-propelled. It's just going to make it last that much longer. I mean, what can I say? We like equipment. It's a good spot to put your money. It does equipment like this. If you take care of it and you put it away through the winters, it doesn't depreciate like a car does. You know, a car's like a bad investment. Farm equipment, it's a good investment. Moving on. 9420 John Deere, another big horse, field cultivator, big disc, 34-foot disc it'll pull, cultipacker. Auction, online auction, and like 5,000 hours on that, which isn't too bad. Spare blower for corn silage. Like I said, 6 silos. Lots of blowers around here in case one decides to blow up. You pull off the side, you put another one in. These aren't worth a whole lot of money, so he'll pick these up auction, and you just keep it there and have it ready. 4050 John Deere hay bind. He'll run this on the hay bind. Had this forever. I don't know. I'm assuming auction, but this has got a fair amount of hours on it, but we just use it for cutting hay with an old sickle bar. So this is just like another a cheap way of cutting hay with an old sickle bar opposed to a disc bind and that newer 7610. This is a cheaper way of doing it. That's what Dad'll run this, and he'll say, I'm doing it a lot cheaper than you are. So 4430. This is to run the ag bagger and a blower. Grinder blower, online auction. We like this. We had the 4430 with the cab, but we bought this to use on the bagger and the ag bagger and the blowers, because I can come right up in here. I can throttle this baby up, and it's just, you don't need a cab tractor down here because you're not even in it. You're just using the PTO. So this has been a heck of a gem. Thing snorts. Grinder blower, that's for high moisture grain. Dad will run it with the combine, and we'll dump it in that grain truck, dump it right in there, go right up the silo. Here's our ag bagger. Bought this. We put up 3 250-foot ag bags a year. And you're thinking only 3, you got an ag bagger. Well, I already said, we like equipment, A, and B, an ag bagger's, I think it was $1,000, $1,500 to rent. We did that 1 year, and then he found this across the state, and I don't know, it would add up, but it's nice having your own stuff. You don't have to wait on someone could be using it to rent, or it's just nice having your own stuff. That's just the bottom line. 6910 self-propelled chopper. You only chop corn with it. Auction. ag bagger auction. This came up, like I said, and he didn't know what it was going to go for. We were in the market for a chopper. We had a 5400 John Deere, if you guys know what that is. That thing was an old, you know, it was getting there. It came up and he went and pulled the trigger on it, bought it, and at the time we had bought a newer pull type. So what can I say? We've just kept it going. And I showed you in the video, he built this wagon recently. And snap-on duals for 8400. This is my main go-to Case International blower for blowing corn silage only. You don't blow haylage in this thing, you'll mess it up, you'll bend something. Thing blows corn silage you wouldn't believe. Smooth as glass. Auction. That other big boy blower I was telling you about. That 62B, is it? Yeah, that's 62B. These are expensive blowers. Auction. And just to have a backup. 6 silos. Brush hog we're going to put together and get rid of. I don't even know why it's in here. Big brush hog for brush hog and corn stalks. We don't really do that much anymore, so we're probably going to get rid of that too. Square baler for square baling straw and square baling a little bit of hay for the babies. Okay, here's a look at it. The 575. This is a bigger one. We don't really use it much anymore because we've gotten to the round bales. New round baler coming, but you got to still bale small square bales of straw for the calves. You just have to. And then there's some mineral, some lime. Lime the freestalls with, lime the calf hutches with. You know, keep them clean. J&M seed wagon, auction. Let me go back. Just everything in here is auction. We built this. This is like a water tender. And let me go back. We got a Hardy sprayer Dad bought new a while back. I'm talking this sprayer is pretty old, actually, but we use it still. We pay to get our soybeans sprayed because they do a good job with that. And when they need to be sprayed, we're just too busy with doing other stuff. But Dad sprays all our corn with this, and it does a good job. So we don't have any fancy sprayer, but we don't have a lot of weeds. He knows what he's doing. So last but not least, in this little barn here, Dad's Longhorn Tractor. He's got this John Deere that he's got all fixed up. He rides around it with a finish mower to cut the grass. So he has like a big straw hat on. He rides around. And he says he don't like zero turns, so I run that. So moving on. Backhoe. Auction. I use this to bail out of the ag bags, and then we use it for a lot of other things. I mean, everybody needs a backhoe. This a round bale wagon, 3 of these, bought new out of Canada, all round bales. White tractor. You seen the video on this just recently. Auction. All right, we're gonna head over here to the last shed, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, last shed. Manure spreader, New Holland 195, backup manure spreader. We keep it in here because we haul so much manure every day that we keep a backup. Rotary hoe in the back. We don't use very often, but we have used. Here's that new chopper that we bought before that pull type, or before that self-propelled, 3975. You see it's got the newer Deere emblem, but so this is what we use to chop our hay. Use the 8400 tractor to do that too. So it's a pretty good old chopper here. Hay tedder. This is a coon. You know, with the weather being so goofy now, you have to have a hay tedder. You don't have time to wait, so we'll cut it. That thing will throw the hay out, unfolds all the way, and throw the hay all over heck, and let the sun hit it. Another seed wagon we put together. We've got an auger made in the back, but we modified and set that up on the back. That way you hook your truck up to a pickup, and you go right to the field, and you can fill the drills right up. Colopacker. This is a coon. This isn't a very old colopacker. Oh, let me go back to what I was doing. Auction. The pull type chopper, that was new. Bought that from a dealer, and that spreader was auction. And that coon, that was new. That hay tedder, we had to buy that new. You don't want to buy them used. Not as much as we use. This is when we're doing most of our chopping here. Backup. Self-propel or backup pull type chopper. We've had these blow up before, gearbox or blower. And when that happens, it's nice to have a backup. You unhook, because you know, when you're going to be chopping and filling them silos, you don't have time to mess around. You don't have even time to fix them. I remember Dad, when we were younger, we only had one. He'd be fixing them all night just to get them ready for morning. Now, since all his hard work and stayed focused through all the years, we've got a backup to a backup. In the worst case, we put the head on the self-propel. You can't mess around with your hay. By us not buying any inputs like that, we just use all what we grow. You have to put up good feed, or you won't get any milk at all. 50/20, Dad's first tractor. We've used this on the ag bagger. This thing snorts like you wouldn't believe. But we've since then used the 4440. This is just an old girl. I think it's a 66. So this is just this is like a toy. And he may end up restoring it a little more. I'm not sure. All right, 30-foot John Deere bean drill. Wheat. We plant our wheat with this. I should take that back. Plant our wheat with this. And this little girl here found at auction. It's got a hay seeder. Okay, let's plant our big hay fields with it, 30 foot at a whack. We used to use them old 21 hole seeders, 30 foot at a whack with this girl. Bought this online auction. Here's our main soybean drill, 455. They're both 455s, but this is a newer one, strictly with for soybeans. This is our soybean planter. So we got two 30 foot between these two. We should be good for a long while. Like I said, this is wheat. Well, let me take that back. I think this is wheat and soybeans. This girl here is cover crop and your hay fields. Here's the big bad disc vine. This is our main workhorse for cutting the hay. I think this is almost 16 foot, so it's a big one. And then we got them older disc vines that we use just to help along with that. So, all right, that's gonna do it pretty much for the equipment tour. There's a few more odds and ends, but that's the gist of it. I don't know how long this thing's getting to be. So I hope you enjoy the channel. I hope I'm representing farmers across the globe as well as I can. And follow me at Kip Sigler Farming on Instagram. Stay on the dairy products. We appreciate it. You know, I'm a full-time dairy farmer, part-time crop farmer. We're a little of both, but mainly dairy. So stay on the milk, stay on the cheese, and see you in the next video. Thanks.